1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Man, they call me Seven, man. Seven Cypher. DJ Seven Cypher.
Okay. So where you from originally?
Well, originally I'm from Philadelphia. Came down here in the early 80s and I've been here ever since.
So being from Philly, you know, what was your earliest experience with music? You know, what is it like at a young age?
Well, really, when I was in Philly, I wasn't on no music. I didn't get on music till I came to Florida, you know, and pretty much whatever was on MTV, you know. And I say about around 86, 85, 86, you know, MC Shan, M.E.R.C, Rakim, M.E.R.C, you know, I was on all that.
Yeah, so that Philly sound, that signature sound from Philly back in the 70s ain't really had no impact on you?
Well, yeah, it had an impact on me when, you know, you was at your mom's house and they were having their card games and, you know, family get together and you hear all kind of music, you know, funk, whatever, you know. But, yeah, I mean, that affected me, the music I heard being around my parents.
Yeah, so like at one of the card games, like what was some beat that we would hear, you know, coming out of speakers?
I say Juicy Fruit, Entume, I think that's the name of that group. You know, Juicy, you know, Marvin Gaye, I mean, you know, Barry White.
So how old were you when you moved down to Florida?
Pretty much, probably say about 9 or 10, but it was pretty much off and on, back and forth, you know. But I say probably around 87, I was here for good.
Okay, I mean, how was that transition? Did you like it? Did you not like it?
Well, actually, I thought Florida was all about beaches. You know, coming from up there where it's snowing and cold, I thought I was coming to the beach. But actually, I really know, you know, North Florida. I mean, hey, it's cold too.
Yeah. So it wasn't until you really got settled in Florida that you really got into hip hop?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So when did you make a decision to really want to be a part of it, you know, really start doing hip hop?
Well, really, to keep it all the way real and going way back, I gotta give it to my brother Stick Man. I mean, we used to be in the room with just a turntable and, you know, a mixer and the tape pause, you know, and we just would loop tapes and, you know, just mess around in the room, you know, do shows here and that, walk forward, you know. But pretty much really loving it and getting into it, I got to give it to him. He pretty much put, you know, I pretty much got into it because of him.
Yeah, you stated that Stick is your brother, you know what I'm saying? Tell the people, you know what I'm saying, who that really is and what group he's a part of.
Well, Stick Man of Dead Prez, you know, I got to give it out to M12. People don't know this. Tallahassee, Florida, this is where it started. And it started off like a lot of groups, you know, just doing shows here and there, making their music, and they had something, you know. And people look at the name, you know, 7 Cypher, where you got the name from? Well, I say probably about 22, 23 years ago, Stick Man from Dead Prez, he gave me that name, and it just stuck with me ever since.
Yeah, and you know, I'm a fan of Dead Prez, and they had that real revolutionary sound, you know. But like before then, who were like some artists that influenced you? You know what I'm saying? Early hip hop artists.
I would definitely say Tribe Called Quest, Brand Nubian, KRS-One, pretty much. I mean, I like the hip hop rap as a whole, but pretty much those groups pretty much who I was running with. I really liked their music, especially Tribe Called Quest when they first dropped. I think it was like 89, 90.
Okay. How did you feel about that, the Florida-based music, you know, the Luke and the 69 Boys?
Well, actually, I say back in 91, me and Stick from Dead Prez, we went to Fort Lauderdale, and I'm not gonna name the record label, but you know, they was trying to sign him, and you know, we went down there, and it was all about bass music, and you know, it pretty much, I guess it had, you know, it was time for, you know, whatever, but we was on hip hop way back then, you know, but I guess bass, you know, that was the Florida sound.
So, you stated as you DJ. You remember the first turntable that you started on, that you started working with?
Well, the first turntable I started on was the turntable that's hooked to the stereo system and TV and all. It's just a whole set. And like this junk you get from Winter Center, you know, I started scratching on that, you know.
Yeah. And you said, kind of elaborate on how you got the name 7 Cypher. You said that your brother gave you that name, but like, what's the real reason behind it?
Well, Stick Man, I say again, he named me that, and well, I'm older than him, but you know, he's kind of like the big brother, but he named me that, and 7, that number mean a lot, you know, that number mean a lot in black, you know. Plus, Tallahassee got 7 hills too, and you know, I don't know if people really know about all that, but Tallahassee got 7 hills, and it's just 7 is it's the magic number.
Yeah, with your brother kind of giving you that name, you know what I'm saying? Like, how is y'all relationship? You know, now that he, you know, got signed, he with Dead Prez.
Well, our relationship pretty much the same, just like it was before he was all over the world on TV or whatever. It's pretty much the same. When we get on the phone, when we do get on the phone, because he be mad busy, but when we get on the phone, it's just like, you know, when he was here. We just, like, we was sitting in the room messing with records.
Yeah, how does he feel about, like, what you're doing in hip-hop? Is he supportive of what you're doing?
Yeah, I think he definitely is supportive, because the way he look at it, I mean, this is where the ground roots started. I mean, it all stemmed from what we was doing, you know, in the room with the tape pause and all that, you know. I mean, you know, he pretty much know it's solid. Yeah.
So you one of 5 members of the the group Vintage Tux. Explain in your words what Vintage Tux is, and explain how you pretty much came to be a member of that group.
Well, to explain the word Vintage Tux, I look at it like when, you know, I guess 89 and 90 hit, when I finally got the Tribe Called Quest album, and the way I felt, the way it made me feel, you know, it's just like, it's hard to explain, but like 90, 91 is just, that music had a certain feeling, you know what I mean? Like when I think about it right now, you know, I can get this feeling in me that I felt back then. And Vintage Tux just is taking you back to the rawness, the realness, you know, like substance, you know, something with, you know, having substance, you know what I mean? Because most music you hear nowadays is all about what's the biggest rims you can put on your car, or how many birds you can flip and chop up, and how many cats you done killed before your rap over with, you know what I mean? I mean, I don't want to hear that, because, you know, you look out your window, you see that every day. We live that every day, you know. And the shorties nowadays, just like when they hear a song and they want to do the new dance, when they hear that goon grimy shit, they wanna do that too.
Yeah, so how did you become a member of Vintage Tux?
Well, got a homeboy, Maniac McGee, DJ Maniac McGee, and he was telling me about this guy, Mr. M.E.R.C, you know what I'm saying, and how ill he was on the raps and stuff, and he was like, well, man, how come y'all both in Tallahassee and y'all never met or whatnot? So I had a CD in the car, and I passed him the CD, and he was like, I'll pass it to him. And he passed it to him, and he got, I say M.E.R.C pretty much got acquainted with the music before he really met the man. And it's kind of like when we met, we already knew each other, I guess, because about a CD he was listening to.
Yeah, so you said you were a DJ and a producer. As a producer, what do you use to like put together a beat?
I mean, I pretty much use the program Fruity Loops, but before Fruity Loops, I used to have the Gemini mixer with the 12-second sampler, and I used to have a rolling 303 keyboard. But I guess you could say I moved up when I got the program Fruity Loops. But, you know, everybody got Fruity Loops, but a lot of people hear my music and they think I got a, you know, MPC or something like that, but it's Fruity Loops.
Okay. Who are some producers that you think would be considered to be great?
Well, the top, I have to get at the J Dilla. And then I would say Georgia Ann Modro, she is ill. And I say Mad Lib, you know what I'm saying, Pete Rock, Ninth Wonder, you know.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people say Dilla. In your opinion, why do you think Dilla was so good?
Dilla, listen to his music, like, I mean, when you really into music and you love music, when you hear something that's really great, it just make you feel like something in your chest. I can't explain, but his beats, they just give you a certain feeling. They take you somewhere. And you know, no disrespect to no other producers, but man, he is just the best. He the illest to me.
So like, do you use samples? Do you do, you know what I'm saying, all original? You keep it straight hip hop sound? But if you do use samples, what do you look for in a sample when you know what I'm saying, using one for a beat?
Well, pretty much I say half and half. Some beats I make from scratch, and you know, some beats I do sample. But when I sample, you know, I sample like a hair or just a small part of a sample, and I pretty much manipulate it and play it my own way, or I use filters, reverse, anything to come up with. Whatever I use, if you hear the original, you wouldn't even believe it came from that. You know what I'm saying? I can't, you know, really, I don't even know if you can really say I'm sampling, because I sample a sound and then I just play it out or chop it or I time stretch it, you know what I mean? Or pitch control, whatever, just to change the sound.
So when you make it a beat, how do you feel? You know what I'm saying? You be in the zone?
Well, a lot of people, well, man, big shout out to my man Ish. You know, he a part of Vintage Tux. You know, he was back 20 years ago with me and Dead Prez before they got their start. But people ask us, like, what's the method to our madness? And we don't have a method every time we do something. We just go into it and do it. We never know what we're going to come up with. We never have a plan when we make beats. We just go make them. But I definitely be in the zone when, you know, I definitely be in the zone.
So what can we look for from Vintage Tux? I got an album, EP coming out.
Man, all the above, man. You know, just you know, just know that, you know, it's gonna be some hard banging beats and it's gonna be some true hip hop beats. And you know, when you hear it, a lot of people say a lot of the stuff remind them of 92, 93, you know, and I guess that's why you could say vintage, because we taking it back to when it was real, you know, no disrespect to the bass music and the goon rap or whatever, but that's not what we about. We grown men, you know, when we put something out, we want to put something in the youth head that's, you know, a blueprint to life, you know what I'm saying? Because how things going right now, it's bad, you know.
Okay. So what's the name of the album that's coming out?
Well, y'all lay around for it, you know. But you know, we got the crock pot music coming, you know. Then after that, check out, you know, look for that VT, Vintage Tux.
Yeah. So crock pot music, keeping it soul food. What would you think if you had a plate of soul food, the perfect plate of soul food? What would be on?
Man, hey, you know, I like to eat like Oleans. I don't know, that's a Tallahassee thing. I know you don't know about that, but when I think about crock pot music, I'm thinking about real soul food, you know. It's not good for you, but it's good, you know. I'm talking about, you know, pork chops, you know, butter beans, you know what I'm saying, black-eyed peas, greens, you know, even chitlins. I don't mess with chitlins, but hey, that's on the plate.
Yeah.